Today we're going to talk about how to do color work with the wheat stitch to get these cute little heart designs in our projects. Let's get started. Now, if you've never done the wheat stitch before, please visit my blog and watch the tutorial before you start doing color changes. Get very familiar with this stitch. I invented this stitch a couple years ago, and boy, has it taken off. It's my signature stitch now, and I'm very well known for it, but I thought I would step it up today by showing you how to do a little bit of color work with it. So at this point, we have our 4-row repeat for the wheat stitch, and I've done my 2 single crochet in the back loop only rows. The next 2 rows are where we're going to do the color work, and that's the puff stitch rows. Now for today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to do this on the cup cozy. This is a really fun, quick and easy project for your coffee cup, and I thought this would be a great small project to introduce this on. Now, whenever you're working down the rows, you're going to work to the point that you want to do the color work. And for this cup cozy, I have the written instructions inside that pattern. And so I'm not going to go over how to do the stitches, but I'm going to go over how to change the colors. So you're going to be working the single crochet, so skip a stitch, single crochet, and then that puff stitch back in that skip stitch like we're used to. But before you do your last yarn over, so right now we have 2 loops left on the hook. We're about ready to do the last yarn over and pulling through with that puff stitch. I'm simply going to place my working yarn to the wrong side of the fabric, which for this, it's the side that's facing me, and then pick up my new color, and we're just going to carry it up and over to where our last yarn over is for this puff stitch, and yarn over and pull through with our new color. You don't want to pull this too tight. It's just a nice float on the back of this, and it will lessen once we do this next step. So I'm going to leave my first color just hanging out on the wrong side. And now we have our second color here, and we're going to do a puff stitch. So we're going to do our sequence here. We're going to skip a stitch and single crochet. And then when we work back into the skip stitch, if you want to kind of work behind or over that float, it will lessen that float. So yarn over, working into that skip stitch, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up the loop, do it again. Now we're going to go to complete the stitch, and we are going to stop 2 loops with 2 loops on our hook when completing this puff stitch. And we're just going to repeat the steps we did before. We're going to take the yarn that we're finished with and place it on the wrong side of our work, pick up the other color, and yarn over to switch colors again by pulling through the last 2 loops on the hook. And then you can keep going down the row as instructed. Now, if you want to know how to do this cup cozy and where to change colors, I have that in the written pattern. This video is just going to show you how to change colors when working that wheat stitch. So I'm going to finish this row and come back on the next row. Now, working on the next row, we'll need to complete the second half of our heart here. So right before I get to the color work stitches, so I haven't worked anything in the color work stitches yet, we have our last yarn over ready for the previous puff stitch. And this is where, once again, we're going to take our working yarn and place it on the wrong side of our work, and then simply pull up the yarn we're switching to, and then yarn over and complete that last stitch. And now we're going to work the next 2 stitches in this color while also changing at the end of the second stitch. So we're going to skip one and single crochet, and then working back into that skip stitch, we'll work that puff stitch. And then we're going to stop when we have 2 loops left on the hook, place the yarn that you're no longer going to be using to the wrong side of your work, pull up the yarn that we are switching back to, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. And then we can complete this row by working in that beautiful stitch pattern. And now we have created a cute little heart there. Now, when we work the single crochet row, you can see here, when we work the single crochet row, it'll define this edge a little bit better as we come back on the next row. So I'm now on the wrong side of my work again, and I'm working that single crochet in the back loop only all the way down this row, just as I normally would. And I'll work the next row in single crochet in the back loop only as well. And that just completes that out. And then we have our beautiful color work here with that gorgeous wheat stitch. And we have cute little hearts that kind of dance across it. I really hope you've enjoyed this video learning how to switch colors with this gorgeous wheat stitch. I have so many patterns in this wheat stitch and more coming soon. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and come back for some more fun projects.